Well, hello there, Gemini. Gemini, this is going to be your reading for October. Gemini's, what I'm picking up with you right away is that some of you are really trying to work something out. Gemini's, some of you feel like this is going to be the month where you can fix things, get things back on track, or get things on schedule. You know, it feels like a lot of you are dealing with somebody who maybe is still involved with a third-party situation. Some of you may just be involved with work, social groups, being involved in another thing that is distracting you or keeping you from your partner. Someone is feeling kind of left out right now, Gemini. So whether that's you or your partner, okay, a lot of you are also dealing with a decision. Gemini either is not able to make a decision on who they want to be with or what they want to do. It is almost a catch-22 for you guys. It feels like there is some things that are in your way, creating a disbalance, discoordination, or imbalance. Okay, somebody is not able to get through some type of obstacle that is in your way. I don't even know if some of you can identify what that obstacle is at this point, but I do feel like Gemini is spending a lot of time contemplating, thinking, pondering about a situation, wondering how to resolve issues. Some of the issues, or most of the issues, are from the past. There is a lot of water under the bridge for Geminis. You have continuously tried to approach and reapproach a situation. It has done nothing but end up leaving you both in arguments. So whether this is about you or your ex, your family, or some other personal situation that's going on, Gemini, there is a lot of arguments going on about it. There is something that actually had to come to an end at some point. Something was not able to continue to try to grow, and it was beyond repair at one point. Sorry about that. I do get that messages are coming in and out for you, or to you, or from you, Gemini. So whichever way that works for you or your partner, I do feel like someone is wanting to offer you something. Somebody is wanting to offer you their love, their time, their commitment. Somebody is hoping to reconcile a situation with you. Okay, so please be aware of that. There also is plenty of time for Gemini to get their own shit together, get their life back on track. Okay, it feels like some of you have gone way off a course where things are for you. You have not been able to pay attention to your goals or your dreams anymore. And at this point, Gemini, it can't be left. It just can't be ignored anymore. You've ignored it for quite some time. Gemini, you know, you have gone over and over something in your mind, as I said, repeatedly, and you're still coming out with the same answer, or you're still coming out with the same problem. But what I'm getting for Geminis is that, you know, nothing's changing as far as your beliefs or as far as your actions in a situation. You need to take a different course. You need to take a different action. You need to reevaluate yourself. You're so busy, or Gemini, your partner is so busy pointing the finger at you, and yet it's not you. Okay? Whoever's pointing the finger needs to point it back at themselves and figure out just exactly what's broke in you or them in order to fix something. Usually in your relationships, Gemini, being that you are the twin, one part of you wants to make something work, and the other part of you wants to walk away. One part of you is determined to try to be successful, to succeed, and the other part of you is a self-sabotager, can get very controlling, can be very particular or spoiled or fussy about a lot of things. So there is two parts to Gemini. You know, I always call it the good angel and the bad angel, or the good angel and the devil. It's like that little voice that wants to tell you sometimes to do certain things. Some Geminis are getting involved with a married person, whether this be a married man or a woman, depending on you as well. But somebody is making the choice, feeling that they are much better suited for this person than their actual partner. So for the Geminis who are dealing with somebody who is involved, who is married, dealing with somebody who is in a union. Stepping into that is going to create some chaos. It is not only going to create chaos, but it is going to create some karma for you, which is not going to be in your benefit, okay? So when karma comes to bite you in the ass because of what you're doing, the choices that you're making, listen, there are plenty of free fish out there that you don't need to go after somebody who is involved. If that person is interested in you, use your own self-esteem and your morals and your values and tell them when they leave that person, that you would be more than willing to speak to them. You'd be more than willing to try to work this out. But for now, no. Excuse me. Again, for a Gemini, somebody is trying to get away from a situation. Somebody has had enough of someone else where they had a lot of options, where they were not choosing you. They were putting you in with all the other options as if you were the same, as if the love was on the same caliber, as if you weren't any better than the other ones. There was no upper level for you with this person, Gemini. Or maybe, Gemini, this was you. Maybe you were trying to choose between someone and someone else, or making choices between all the options maybe you had, Gemini. But the truth is that you're not willing to do what's absolutely necessary to get to the final race, the final decision, the final outcome. You're not wanting to back that up. You're not wanting to give up your options right now. So either that's you, Gemini, or that's your partner. So as I said, for Gemini, for the month of October, you do have the opportunity to fix something. You do have the opportunity to engross yourself in work so much that you don't have time to deal with a negative situation. Some of you have let go of a past partner, as I said, and moved forward. Some of you are looking for a new beginning with someone. However, you are not fixing what was broke prior to the last relationship, so you're going to be going into a new relationship with damaged parts. And when you have something that has damaged parts, it doesn't run properly, right? So you need to do some maintenance on yourself right now, Gemini, or the partner as well as that you're with or trying to be with needs to do some maintenance on themselves. The damage that comes from a past relationship that has put a warn on you, that has put a wear on you, I should say wear, not warn, that has put a wear on you, that has, pushed you down, that has exhausted you, that has tired you. It is time that you got to take care of yourself first. You need to inflate yourself by pampering yourself and doing nice things for yourself, treating yourself, taking the time to remember who you are, because you pretty much almost lost yourself in your last relationship, Gemini. Okay, so it is time to move forward. It is time to get things together. It is time to look in the mirror and reevaluate something that you've done in the past. Try to handle something different in this new relationship. Try to make sure, Gemini, what I can't tell you the most is try to make sure that your communications are open, okay? Don't tell me that you've been friends with this person for years and now you're going to start dating, but you're afraid to tell them how you feel. You're afraid to tell them what it is that you expect out of a relationship or what you need out of a relationship. It is important, Gemini, for you to be open, to express how you feel. It is also important for your partner to do that as well. So if your partner feels that they can come to you with something and speak to you without a judgment being passed, without a scolding being done, then they will continue to come to you, no matter what they have to tell you, and they will know that you will work it out without passing the judgment, without pushing the blame. Some of you Geminis are dealing with somebody or have dealt with someone who is a narcissist, who is a very controlling person, who is the kind of person who has made mistakes, who has cheated, who has lied, and yet they flip it all onto you. Well, the reason I cheated is because you didn't do this. The reason I lied is because you wouldn't let me tell you. The reason they have an excuse for everything that always revolves back to you, meaning they always make it your fault, Gemini, and that shouldn't be. There is no way that anything that goes on in a relationship is always to the fault of one person. Not even adultery, not even cheating, not even lying. It is never just the fault of one person. Okay, it takes two to make a relationship, and it will take two to break a relationship. Sometimes it takes three to break a relationship. But what let the third person come in was definitely the responsibility between the two first, right? So it's you and your partner first. Then how the third person got involved, that is to find out where the fault was, where the lack was in between you and your partner, because that's exactly how they got in, through a loophole. Okay, so let's be aware of that and mindful of that. As I said, there are messages coming for you, so be aware, Gemini, and I do feel that you will find something new. You are going to see new growth in some area of your life, especially during October. There will be new beginnings. There may be some endings, but there will be a lot of new beginnings, a lot of fresh starts. That could be love and career, okay? So take your time. Take your time and evaluate something. Take your time and think things over. Don't respond too quickly to any questions that are asked this month, Gemini. Be careful, because your twin may want to pop something out. And remember, once something is said, once something is spoken, it is very, very difficult to take that back, okay? So, once again, be careful what you say, because Gemini, you have you and the twin. Sometimes that twin can't keep quiet. So be careful, because what is said sometimes cannot be reversed, and it definitely cannot be taken back, okay? So, that is yours for October. Thank you, Gemini, and we will be in touch soon.